So in this video, we're going to look at the details behind how I created the preview and the template for the Superstar moving faces. So you can see here that I have a very simple model. I have 6 1-bulb props with these big bulbs in them here that I've just stacked horizontally here for my preview, and each one is just basically corresponds to the different pieces of the face that I have. And then I have one group that is all of those. And if I open those up, you'll see that in fact it's the 6 of them. And over here I have them listed as a vertical stack. And so basically when I do the motion effects, it's going to treat them as a vertical stack. And I've created one motion effect row to have a place to put the Superstar. Here's our face. And I actually used this number just so I could keep track of them myself. Okay, so now I'm going to select our motion effect row. I'm going to do Shift S to bring up Superstar. And you can see it has my 1x6 row right here, right? And so if I go into auto sequence singing faces, I don't use these default ones. So basically I'm going to just go ahead and I'm going to delete all of these just to get rid of them for the time being. You could leave them and use them or whatever you want. So if you'll excuse my artwork here, what you'll see is I took an example of a singing face. And yours will obviously be different. This happens to be kind of what the one I used looked like. So I have a top or upper mouth, a middle mouth, and then the bottom. Then there's a ooh and an O shape, right? Now, Superstar doesn't match up exactly to that, but it comes out close enough that works for me and nobody seems to notice. So it works. So basically, if you want just, to map them. So the closed is the bottom, and then a quarter would be the bottom and the middle, and then the half would be the bottom and the top, and then the ooh sound I used as the 3/4, and the O sound is the full. So the mouth wide open is the O sound, or can be used for other things, but is the O sound. Alternately, you can make the middle closed, and then I'd actually like this one a little better than this one because instead of it being closed and all the way down at the bottom, it's sort of in the middle when it's closed. And then when you open up a quarter, you add the bottom, so then that gives it a down motion. And then when you add the half, it opens it up with the top and the bottom, so you get 3 sort of different variations there. And then again, it maps the ooh and the O the same. So those are the options you have for mapping. So now we need to translate that over into Superstar. So now we want to map that over to Superstar. And so for our closed, where we started before, we have the outside, which is this bottom one, 1. And then again, this is upside down, so it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm not sure why. But in any case, this would be the outside, and then that's the top, that's the middle. So now we have closed, so we need to do the rest of them. So to do the quarter, easiest way to do this is to say quarter, and then add. It'll add another one here called quarter. And now we need to adjust that one. So the quarter is the bottom and the middle. So let's add that. So we want to add the bottom to that, and now we'll modify that one. So now we've got closed, just the middle, quarter, middle, and that. So let's go ahead and add half. And for half, we want the bottom and the upper. So we undo the middle, and add the upper, modify that. And now it gets simpler because we just need to do the last two, which is the 3/4, which is the E or OO sound, and then the full, which is the the bottom. So we'll add the 3/4, and then we'll make that just the E or oo sound, and then we'll add the full. You can call these other names as well. I'm just using it so it matches what the names are over here. And so we'll add the full, and then we'll change that to just the bottom one. So now we've got our 5 images to put in here. So we'll go ahead and set 1/4 to 1/4, 1/2 to 1/2, 3/4 to 3/4, and full to full. And so now we're ready to go ahead and try this out. I used one of the songs that I'd used in the other one, this Frosty Dean vocals, so we can actually just go ahead and auto sequence that. And if we play it here, it looks pretty bizarre. That's because we're just animating these 6 little things here, so there's really not much. If you play it, it'll just jump around. Now, a couple other things I'll mention while I'm here is you can play with these ranges, you can play with the sensitivity, and that'll alter your behavior. Now, the next thing we need to do is we need to make a copy of this. And the reason for doing this is so that we can use it later in other sequences without having to recreate it again. We don't want to keep doing that every time. So we're going to just go ahead and just do a normal save here as a SUP file. And we'll just go ahead and we'll call this demo1 template. And it's a SUP file. And so that one is now saved. We don't have to do that again anytime when we go to any other sequence. So now we just go ahead and exit out of this sequence. He's going to ask if we want to change it. We'll say yes. Doesn't matter what the name of it is there. And now if we come back in here to sequencer, again, we could play it here, but we're not going to really get. And now you can follow along in the other video where I use that template that I created when creating other singing faces. And you can switch it around a bit. Sometimes I use the lower lip for the face and the middle lip. Sometimes if I have 2 singers and I want them to look different, I'll just do that just to mix it up a bit. Even use the upper lip if you wanted. Hope you enjoyed this video and it helps you out. Thank you.